One summer I decided I wanted to go see the West where I had never been. So I got a job out at, what's the name of it? The Indian place.
Mesa Verde.
Mesa Verde, thank you, Krys. I got a job out at Mesa Verde, and by the time I got there, all the good jobs were gone, so I was put on cleaning out cabins. But back then, Mesa Verde wasn't very well known, and we didn't get very many people using cabins, so many days I went out and swept rocks just to say I was working. I could sit there and enjoy it. I loved that place. I could walk anywhere I wanted to around it. We got to go and take the tours whenever we wanted to if we weren't working. And there were a bunch of us who got together. I think there were about 6 or 7 of us. Somebody had brought a car out, and on our day off, we all had the same day off, we would go and visit different places in the area. We went over to Grand Canyon once. That was a long drive. Didn't get to stay very long because it took that much time to go and get back. But we had a great time. And I really enjoyed getting to do that.
You didn't know anyone out there before?
No, I didn't know anyone before. I went out on the bus. And I spent one night in a hotel because I had been riding the bus for a couple days, and then I had to transfer to a different bus. So I spent some time in a hotel all by myself. Never had to do anything like that before. And other summers I spent with my great aunt Eleanor and my great aunt Kate. They needed somebody to stay with them. They were in their 80s and 90s, and they needed someone to cook for them. And they had a cleaning lady who came in, so I wasn't supposed to clean. But I cooked all the meals, and that was very interesting because it was a very small stove.
Where was it?
This was up in Canada, up at the beach in Sarnia. And my brother would be up there too, and he didn't have to do anything except play. But I had most of my time free, and I enjoyed the lake. I enjoyed reading books and playing cards and stuff like that. And my great aunt would sometimes have poker games for all the kids in the neighborhood. Their mothers didn't know what they were doing. But we had a good time, and there was no muddy bidding or anything. We just played for fun. But that was great. I really had a wonderful time up there.
They had a small stove, you said?
A very small stove. They had a stove that had 2 burners on it, and it also had an oven. And it had 2 ways you could light it, so you could have it low or hot. And you could either have 1 burner hot or 2 burners low.
Oh.
Or you could have the oven hot and nothing else.
Oh.
And trying to cook dinners on that arrangement was a real challenge.
Yeah. Was it a wood-burning stove or?
Oh, no, it was an electric stove.
Electric.
An electric stove. Yeah, they bought it when they knew I was going to come and cook because they figured I couldn't handle a wood stove.
Oh, they had a wood stove.
They had a really big wood stove, and Aunt Eleanor used to make pies in it and
Oh,
stuff.
my goodness.
She was a very good cook in the wood stove. Well, she's grown up with it.
Wow.
Although they always had help.
Uh-huh.
They had ladies who came in from town and do the cooking and cleaning.
Wow.
Because they had the money to afford that kind of thing. And the kids in town, the girls in town, were glad to get the opportunity to be trained. And so they would get trained and then they could move on to something better. But that's what I did the other summers. I spent many summers up there. The first time I got to go was when I was 15 and my brother was 10. And then after that, I was there when I wasn't working at Krys or going out west. But I was there every summer until I met Dad.
What did your mom think about going out west? You going out west?
I don't know if she appreciated it or not, but she didn't see me in the summer anyhow because she was sending me up to Canada.
Oh.
So she was rid of both of us for 3 months.
Wow, what did she do?
Well, she had a good time by herself. I don't think she really enjoyed having children around. So she had a good time, and we had a better time. Didn't have a mother, and we were with great aunts who didn't know how you were supposed to treat children.
That's
and so they treated us like adults, and we could go and do what we wanted. If we wanted to go into town, we had money that we got for an allowance from our parents, and we could go into town on the bus and have a good time and come back, went to the library, you know.
So much freedom.
Oh, yeah, all the freedom in the world, and nobody telling us what we were doing was wrong.
Or go to bed, or
Yeah, you could go to bed when you wanted to.
wow.
I know Frank used to go out after he was put in bed and wander around in the dark. I wanted to, but I was afraid I'd be caught.
What would they do if they caught you?
I don't know. The worst they could do is send us home.
That
But
sounds
I
pretty
didn't want
bad.
to disappoint them because I really wanted to be there, and I didn't want to do anything that would cause problems.
Well, that's nice.
So that's what I did.